back to another episode of the Miracle Marketing Podcast, where we bring you interviews from business owners, celebrity guests, and hot topics. I am your host, Brandon Adams, along with my super producer, co-host, Big Perion. Big Perion is not on right now. He will probably be joining us later in the show. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. And if you would like to be a guest on the show, send us an email to amiraclepodcast@gmail. On today's show, we have a very special guest. I'm excited to talk to this gentleman. He's doing big things. If you guys love boots and shoes, you definitely want to get with this man. He's a Black business owner, shoemaker. So without further ado, we're going to bring on to the show Mr. Edward Hennings. Mr. Edward Hennings, how are you today? Welcome to the show.
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me, man. It's always an honor.
Oh, no problem. So I came across your information. I don't know. I was on Instagram and I saw that you had a boot company. I love boots myself. However, I'm in Vegas. It doesn't get like it used to be in the other areas that I lived in where I need to wear boots regularly. But I wanted to reach out to you because you're a Black business owner. You make boots. Your boots that I saw are really nice, look like good quality. So what brought you to making and designing boots?
Man, just my journey, man. My journey these past, I'm gonna say 28 years, but for the average man, the last 8 years, my journey's been about the grind, man. Been out here putting in work, trying to make some dreams happen, man. So when the idea came to me through a conversation, it was about work boots. It was about shoes. Actually, it wasn't even about work boots. It was just about men's shoes.
Okay.
Being a good investment.
Okay.
But then I know that what's near and dear to my heart is people that's putting in that work, because that's my journey. So I said, why not work boots?
Okay.
I didn't see any people of color in that space. And I know how we are about our swag, right, and about our style, about the drip. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to combine the two. I'm going to get into the work boot space, but I'm going to do it speaking to our particular demographic.
Okay. So do you actually come up with the designs and concepts for the boots yourself?
I do. I got 2 pairs of boots out, which I really, the first one I kind of designed it. And the second one was just like a throwback to the old school work boot. And I wanted to do those 2 to start out with. So that's what I'm working with right now.
Okay. So I noticed you got your swag on today. You got your cap, you got your shirt. Do you also make apparel as well?
Yeah, I'm adding that to it as I go along, as I continue to build in the game. You always got to have something that's visible to the people, and this really goes to what you do every day, because these colors is high visibility. And if you out there on the grind, man, these things are important, because the more they can see you, the less we can cut down on job and work accidents and things like that. Because I didn't know a lot about it until I got into this business. And now that I've learned, I know how important it is.
Okay. So do you tailor the designs and most of the work boots more towards construction workers or people in the workforce, or is it a combination of you try and do it as swag, to look fly, and also for the work boots?
Yeah, for sure. I think for me, I own a trucking business as well.
Okay.
So I'm riding on the truck all day, and I'm moving different products and different freight. So I wear my boots while I'm working every day on the truck, but I also know about the trades from growing up, taking heating and air conditioning as a young man. So I know about the trades, and I know a lot of people that I grew up with, they got into the trades. So I always use them as my sounding board. As I got in this game, I called some electricians, I called some plumbers, some carpenters, and just listen to what they have to say as I began to put my boot together.
Okay. Okay. Is there and you don't have to go into full detail, but is there any specific things that they look for when they're buying a boot?
Yeah, for sure. I'm here in the Midwest. I'm in Milwaukee.
Okay.
And the first thing a lot of the guys in the trades was saying to me was that, hey, if you're gonna do a work boot, make sure you get composite toe.
Okay.
And I didn't have no idea what that was, but they said get composite toe because it get cold in the winter up here in the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
It still gets cold on our toes
Mm-hmm.
when we out in the trenches. And the composite toe is a different material. It's harder than the steel. It's lighter weight, and it don't get cold in the winter. So I took that information and I put it into my boots.
Okay, because like being in the Midwest where it gets cold, I'm sure the metal with it being cold, the steel toe makes your toes cold. So the
Yeah, it makes your toes cold. Exactly.
right. So the composite it does basically the opposite.
No, I mean, I go to the metal detectors with my composite and they won't even go off.
Nice, nice. Okay. So we're gonna circle back to I was reading over your bio. So you used to be a barber?
Yeah, man. I opened a barber shop in end of 2017.
Okay.
Early 2018, I started the barber shop, and I kept that open for about 3 years. But right after I started my barber and beauty salon, I started my trucking business maybe 5 months after that. So I was running both businesses at the same time. And with trucking being as lucrative as it was at the time, and excuse me, and I was scaling it up and building that thing that I ended up selling my barbershop and beauty salon.
Okay. So I wanted to ask you, are you gonna ever do anything for kids where they can wear boots as well? Or are you gonna do anything for women also in the boot area?
Yeah, right now my boots are unisex, so anybody can wear them. I go all the way down to a size 5
Okay.
in men. So I try to make it accessible to the ladies because a lot of companies that I sat down with and had conversation with about being a boot supplier,
Mm-hmm.
they had women in these meetings, and the women were saying that, it's some safety boots out there, but there's nothing that they like to wear every day. So I pulled my boots out and I showed them my boots, and they were like, yeah, we'll wear those. We'll wear those. So I kind of try to keep it where they also appealing to the ladies as well. But as we get into the children boots, right now I have work boots. So I don't think it's too many children that need steel toes or any safety toe boots at this time. But as I build my brand out,
Now the
I
New
plan on
Yorkers,
doing some hiking boots.
the
I
New
plan on
Yorkers would
doing some.
disagree with you.
They think it's some kids that need some steel toe boots.
Not so much the steel toes, but when you go up north in New York, they wear the Timbs and all of those.
Yeah, but the Timbs don't have any safety toe things in them. The Timbs, they wear them a lot here. I wear them. But when it's time to get on that grind, man, hey, look, I'm trying to get their daddies to get on the grind with me, more or less the kids.
Gotcha. So are you gonna ever go into anything besides boots, like sneakers or anything like that?
When I first started, man, I did a few sneakers, a few little casual shoes, but my niche, it seemed like it's been in the work boots. And like I said, I dibbed and dabbed with the other little things that was going on, with the designer things that's going on right now in the market. The designer wear the Gucci, the Louis, those brands, the Prada, McQueen, those things are kind of dominant right now in the sneaker game and all of that type of stuff. So I think my niche was in work boots. I'm all about the grind. That's my thing. So I kind of just felt like it's better for me to stay in my lane and do my thing. And that's where it works at, man. I come from a different background from most, and I was able to come back from it. So that's why I roll with that.
Okay. So where can people purchase the boots? Are they only able to purchase it online or are they in stores?
Yeah, I'm online. I was doing Amazon for a while, but mainly they're just on my website, edhenningsco.com, and we get busy right there.
Okay. So around what price for our viewers do your boots start at?
Yeah, I try to keep it between 100 and 150 bucks.
Okay.
I know how tough it is out here for people that come from where we come from. And when I did my research and I was buying work boots, I was buying them for $300 and upward $200 or more. I said, man, you know what? I want to keep it under 150. So that's kind of like my niche right there.
Okay, that's cool. So people can get two of your boots for the price of one that usually retails. Nice.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's quality, high quality. I like to say I have the perfect mix of safety, comfort, and style. You know, real high quality boots, man. And we making some waves right now. I like what I'm seeing.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. So
Yeah.
I think I may have asked you this, but do you plan on doing anything like, I know you do safety boots. Are you planning to get into any like safety apparel, like jackets and stuff for the Midwest? Anything like that?
Yeah, lad, just this past winter, I put out a couple jackets, man, and they sold real fast. So as I build, man, I want to make those jackets more available to everybody. Even the guy in California, he was out in Oakland. He said, I want that jacket, man. So he bought it. He sent me a picture. He had shorts on with it. So, maybe it'll just cross over and be everywhere. But definitely this is my logo, man. So I do it on jackets, I do it on shirts, but it'll be more of that to come as I continue to build. Sure.
That's a beautiful thing, man. I like what you're doing. It's very positive, and I like to see a lot of people of our color coming out with products and everything where people may not know about it. So that was one of the
Right.
reasons why I definitely wanted to have you on the show, so that way we can help spread the words. I like to have different business owners on the show to
Yeah.
highlight what they're doing, highlight their business, highlight their products, and things like that. Do you
Yeah.
still Now, I read on your bio that you were doing selling hair weave. Do you still do that, or that's no longer done?
No, when I opened up my barbershop, man, let me tell you the story, man. I had spent 20 years in prison
Okay.
from June of 1996 to October of 2016. I was in prison. So I got my barber and cosmetology license while I was in. And when I came home at 16, I got a job in a barbershop and I was cutting hair in that barbershop. And I was seeing the ladies come in looking one way, but when they were coming out, they was looking like a whole nother person. And I was like, man, what are y'all doing to these ladies? So I was asking the stylist questions like that. And they said, well, we putting bundles in their hair. And I was like, what's bundles? And they pulled out and they had this long thing of hair. And I was like, wow. So they was coming in with bags of hair. So I went to the owner of the shop and I said, hey, man, you sell hair in here? And he was like, nah. So I was like, hey, you mind if I do it? He's like, I don't care. So I was home maybe 3 months. I got home in October. About December, I had bought the hair and I was selling it and the guys were laughing. But fast forward to about another 6 months, women was coming in there and I was cutting the guy hair and they was like, hey, you got the hair? And I had hair sitting right next to my chair in a box. I have it locked. So I would open that box up, man, and they said, man, you moving that hair. And I just came up with different ways to market myself, selling this hair, man, around the city of Milwaukee. And it just started to pick up and pick up. And it was more educational, educating the ladies on what they were spending their money on. Because even then I found my niche because nobody was educating them on what they were buying. Like it's only 5 nationalities that cut their hair off and sell it. Everything else is fake. Brazilian people, they said, we want the Brazilian hair. Brazilian people don't cut their hair off and sell it. So what you're getting is like a fake snake skin or fake alligator shoe with a gator print on it. So what you're getting is fake hair with a Brazilian wave put in by a machine. So I was educating the ladies on what they were buying, and they started trusting me on spending their money, and that's why I built my name in the game around the city of Milwaukee.
So I bet they weren't laughing no more once they started seeing you was slanging those weaves. Huh?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
It wasn't a joke no more, huh?
Hey, when that shop opened up, they said, man, you only been home a year, but it only took me a year with cutting hair and selling hair where I made enough money to open my own barber and beauty salon. And it was just the hustler in me, the grinder in me that said, you know what, man, you know, I think this is a great idea, man. If you put the work behind it, I think you can make something happen. So once again, I studied. I studied some ladies from Atlanta, from Miami. I flew down to Miami and walked in their store and picked their brain. Came back home to Milwaukee, man, and I got busy.
Wow. That's a beautiful thing, man. You taught me something because I don't know nothing about hair. And
Yeah,
the thing is, you did your research to find the different niches to sell your product. So that's smart on how you did that. That was really smart. Well, Ed, I'm not going to hold you much longer. What I want you to do is go ahead and plug your business, plug where people can find your line. And if there's anything else you want to share, definitely let our fans know.
all right, man. Listen, man, the hottest work boots in the game right now. It's a new brand. We've been around only a little over a year now. Um, I just can't say enough about the people and the way they've been rocking with us. But if you want to check out, you need some work boots, you want to check us out, go to edhenningsco.com. edhenningsco.com and check out what we got, man. I'm sure you're going to love what we have for you right now. And if you want to follow me, man, I'm doing the work boots. I try to drop some motivation every day to people out here, man. I know how rough it is, but you can see me on Instagram at edhennings.ceo or edhennings.co on Instagram, my business page or my personal page. Come check me out, man. I'm trying to put the good energy out into the world and definitely trying to get some back. Check me out.
Thanks, Ed. Definitely, you guys make sure you go follow him, follow his Instagram, make sure you support. Thank you for taking the time out to be on the show today. And, I'll definitely be sending some people your way. And I, want to see some more things coming out, the more apparel. You're welcome back anytime. Just reach out and, let us know. And we'll definitely have you back on the show to plug some of your new products and apparel that comes out.
Sure, man. Thanks for having me, man. It's always an honor.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for being on the show and taking the time.
All right. Peace out.